Hey, Sword of the Lord here. All right, so I was talking to my pastor. My current pastor is Wilbert Blandon Jr. He is the pastor of the Antioch Bible Fellowship Ministries. That's in Fayetteville, by Philia and Yadkin Road. What I can do is in the bottom of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the address to the church. And I've been telling y'all people, y'all need to come see. Y'all need to check it out, man. He's spoken to my life, and it's a blessing that God uses people to touch people. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. I'm not gonna say no names, but there's this guy that I work with, and he's got a calling. He may or may not play the drums. And I call him Jonah because, like, he went through a little stuff in his life, and then he's kind of not currently at a church. But, like, I'm not trying to, like, put information out there or whatever. I just, the basics. But I called him Jonah because I told him he was running from God. But it was kind of funny whenever my pastor spoke into my life today. Like, I was like, bro, I'm Jonah. Because right now, I'm going through a battle of the wills. That's the title of this, okay? Because everybody has free will, right? Like, I can pick up this stick and I can throw it because I can do what I want to do, right? I'm the boss. That's my will. And God will allow that up into a certain point, right? It's whenever your will gets in the way of God's will, then he's like, pump the brakes, right? So I have every legitimate reason that I want to go back to Texas. I have my biological father that I get to meet. We're going to be closer to home. It's like 3 hours. It's on day shift. Like, it's a golden opportunity. And there's no reason why anyone, like, I wouldn't want better in my life, but I'm so focused on what I want and my will and my way that it's starting to get in the way of God's will. And the pastor told me that I'm having a battle of the wills, and I was like, man. And he brought up the point of about whenever Abraham had to go sacrifice his son, right? And then it's not like God wanted him to kill him. He just was like testing him, right? So maybe this is my season of waiting, my season of testing, my season of growing. And I'm just like, all right, man. Like, I was so focused on what I want and my will and my way that I kind of like pushed God to the side a little bit. So as we were speaking, the pastor told me, like, obviously Jesus died on the cross. Like, we know that physically. I said, but he really didn't die. Like, he died in the garden. So whenever Jesus went to the garden and he was like battling, right? He was crying and blood sweating like tears. And he didn't go just once. He went and he came back, and he went and he came back. I think it was like 2 or 3 times. And he was crying and he said, nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. That's when he really died, because he died to himself. And that's what we're called to do when we're followers of Christ. So I'm dying to myself instead of saying, God, you know what? This is what I want. This is what I want. It's not like he's a genie. He's going to grant me wishes, right? So I just say, you know what, God? Nevertheless, you know my heart. You know my desires. You know my wants. But I let that die to you, man. I give, nevertheless, not mine, but thine will be done. And his will is always what's best for us anyways. We just don't get it. We don't see it. So I'm hoping I pass this test. I'm hoping I pass this battle of the wills, and I give it to God. I let him be in charge and him be in control. And I don't know. I don't know what's next. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know. Am I going to be in North Carolina until January 31st like planned? Am I going to be here for like 3-4 months, 3-4 years? I don't know. I don't know where I'm headed next. All I know is I want God's will to be done in my life. And whenever I surrender it and give it to him, then that's when he can start moving. So I'm just sharing an inside info, like my life, and I'm sharing it with y'all, man. Maybe y'all can follow, like, subscribe, join the adventure, man. See where God's taking me, and hopefully it somehow, some way impacts y'all. You can get some word from it. Follow our little adventures and stuff. Like, subscribe, share. I'm gonna put the church info in the bottom, and yeah, that's it, man. Sword of the Lord. God bless.